They always say family is everything, but I've learned that family is also really good at being incredibly ungrateful. Don't get me wrong, I love my folks, but when it comes to me doing anything for them, it's like I can't win. Ever. I'm 28, living in a decent two-bedroom apartment on the outskirts of the city. Got a good job, nothing crazy, just stable enough that I don't eat instant noodles for every meal anymore. I've got a pretty good setup now: home office, nice kitchen, a couch you can actually fall asleep on without dislocating something. In other words, I'm doing all right. So of course my family, bless their entitled hearts, starts hinting that it's my turn to host a family dinner. My mom lays it on thick. "You've got space now. We haven't seen your place in so long. You know your sister always hosts, it's only fair." What she actually means: make us food, clean up after us, and let us judge everything you do. But fine, whatever. I cave. I agree to host Sunday dinner. It's supposed to be low-key. My parents, my older sister Claire, her husband Jason, and their 8-year-old twins. That's it. No cousins, no uncles, just the inner circle of chaos. Now here's where the tension builds. This isn't the first time I've hosted, but every time I do, there's always some problem. If I order pizza, wow, couldn't even cook. If I roast chicken, it's a bit dry. If I splurge on wine, this one gives me headaches. And the best part? They never bring anything. Not even a salad, not even napkins. So this time I decided to give them something they'll never forget. A few months back, I went to this local food expo, you know, those hipster events where they sell weird jams and ghost pepper pickles, and I picked up this chili spice blend called Extreme Reaper Blend, Carolina Reaper, Scorpion Pepper, something else called Dragon's Sneeze, which sounds like a war crime. The guy at the booth said, "Use a pinch per pot." I thought it would make a fun prank on a friend at some point, but I forgot about it until I found it again while prepping for dinner. That's when the idea hit me. I wasn't going to poison anyone. I wasn't even going to overload it. Just add a little heat. A subtle warning to maybe stop nitpicking the free food they get from me. I made chili. Simple, hearty, classic. Ground beef, beans, tomatoes, onions, garlic, spices, and then 1 single teaspoon of the Reaper mix into the entire pot. It smelled amazing. You couldn't even tell it was spicy unless you really knew your peppers. Sunday arrives. Everyone shows up around 5 p.m. Mom brings flowers, 1 brownie point. My sister immediately walks in and starts commenting, "Oh, this couch is nice. Is it real leather?" Then, "You didn't cheap out on ingredients this time, did you?" I smiled. Nope. Nothing but the best. Dinner was served around 6. I handed out bowls of chili with cornbread and shredded cheese on the side. Everyone dove in, and for a solid 30 seconds, silence. Then the chewing slowed down. My dad took a deep breath. My mom sipped her wine. Claire's husband paused with his spoon halfway to his mouth. "This has a bit of a kick," my mom said, trying to sound casual. "Yeah," said Jason. "It's spicy." Claire blinked fast and said, "Is this normal? Like, is this supposed to feel like my tongue is fighting a demon?" I shrugged. "Maybe you're just sensitive?" Then, as if on cue, one of the twins shouted, "My stomach hurts!" That set off a chain reaction that I still think about and laugh. Claire stood up, shoved her chair back, and sprinted to the bathroom. No words, just fight-or-flight mode. Jason followed close behind. My mom said, "Oh no," and beelined to the guest bathroom. That left my dad standing by the window, holding his stomach like he'd just been shot. He looked at me and said, "I think I need to lie down or explode." The twins? Both crying. One of them threatened to go in the kitchen sink. The other just lay on the floor groaning like she'd been cursed. And me? I calmly sat at the table, eating my bowl of chili and watching reruns of Jeopardy! 15 minutes later, both bathrooms were fully occupied and making unholy sounds. Claire yelled from the hallway, "Why does it burn?" Jason's voice echoed behind the bathroom door. "This should be illegal!" My mom was yelling something about her tongue swelling. My dad was now pacing back and forth with the most desperate look on his face. Did you put something weird in the food?" he asked. "Just some spice mix I got. Nothing major." "Was it expired?" "Nope, just potent." At this point, one of the twins was on the verge of using a potted plant. I handed her a trash bin instead. She took it like it was a sacred object. Eventually, after about an hour of chaos, Claire came out of the bathroom looking like she had fought a war and lost. "We're leaving," she muttered. Jason stumbled after her, sweaty and pale. My mom was still in the bathroom, yelling, "Take the children. I need to stay a while." My dad grabbed the car keys and mumbled something about regretting fatherhood. They all left in a blur of curses, groans, and the smell of air freshener. The next day, I got a novel of a text from Claire. "I don't know what kind of psychotic chili you made, but we were up all night. Jason threw up. The twins are traumatized. Even our dog had diarrhea because he licked one of their hands. You are not allowed to cook for this family ever again." I replied with just one fire emoji. "No one has asked me to host since. I still have half a jar of that Reaper blend left. Just saying."